Local news about local people. This is Newslink Indiana.
Hello and thanks for joining us at newslinkindiana.com for Thursday, February 16th, 2006. I'm Abby Walton. 3 people were taken to Ball Memorial Hospital after an accident late this afternoon in Delaware County. It happened around 4 at the corner of Centennial and Highway 67. Police say a white Buick was turning left onto Centennial when a gray Impala southbound on 67 slammed into the passenger side of the Buick. The collision caused the cars to slide into the intersection and hit a third car. 3 people in the Impala were treated for injuries at Ball Memorial Hospital. The passengers in the other cars refused treatment. And the White River is slowly eroding the banks of an East Central Indiana golf course. Newslink Indiana's Brian Dunbar shows you how Grandview Golf Course plans not to be swept away.
It extends from Rabel Avenue to Madison Park, and a sweeping turn in the river has caused the water to slowly eat away the existing riverbank. Executive Director of Red Tail Conservancy, Barry Banks, says if the banks are not stabilized now, the problem will grow.
Erosion of the bank will eventually just take over and move farther and farther in here.
Banks says the first step of the project is to establish a buffer zone about 150 feet wide around the bank, but planting new trees will be the most vital part.
We'll establish a much deeper root base to secure this buffer zone.
I'm standing on the 14th green at the end of the project on Rabel Avenue, where Banks says combine the economic development and the wildlife restoration process.
Banks says although the area will be stabilized and the buffer zone built, this will not completely eliminate the possibility of flooding. Grandview Golf Course Superintendent Chuck Roberts says the project will not only benefit the golf course now, but also in the future.
Because eventually that river was going to take the corner of the golf course away. So with the bank going in, what they're doing down there, it's going to stabilize it for the next 200-300 years.
For now, Banks is waiting for construction permits. In Anderson, Brian Dunbar, Newslink, Indiana.
Banks says the project will cost about $400,000 and will take about 1 year to complete. An East Central Indiana Elementary School has given their students a safer place to play. Newslink Indiana's Hillary Brown explains.
Pleasant View Elementary students are enjoying their reward for fundraising.
Climb walk over there, it's yellow. That's what I like.
Movie nights and selling homemade cookies and cheese balls raised thousands of dollars for a new playground at the Yorktown school.
Movie nights are wonderful. They're a lot of fun. The kids, it gives them a place to go, gives parents a couple free hours.
The project started about 7 years ago as the old equipment was falling apart.
It's wonderful. It's been a long time coming, and it's just great to see the children finally have something to do out there.
Teachers wanted equipment that encouraged fun and fitness.
No comparison. So much better, so much more for children to do.
Students had a say in what they wanted as well. A climbing wall, a loudspeaker, and slides.
Much better than the old one.
And fundraising will continue to ensure the playground is just what the kids want. In Yorktown, Hillary Brown, Newslink, Indiana.
Plans include adding more equipment and a track. Another blow to a city already experiencing numerous layoffs. Another factory is slated to close in Marion. Pratt Industries already boarded up some of its doors and announced this week its Marion plant will close completely in April. Layoffs have been common at Pratt since 1999. This closure will cut 63 jobs, but it's not only Pratt workers feeling the brunt. Marion residents say the closing affects the entire area.
There's no jobs to bring in new residents, so if it continues at this trend, it's going to be a ghost town. We used to get a few of their workers to come in to eat lunch, and sometimes after work they'd get something to take home. But since the downsizing, we don't see any of them come in.
Pratt, however, won't disappear from Indiana. Company officials say plans are in the works to open a new plant in Valparaiso. And now Joe Thomas joins us with a look at our forecast. And Joe, we are having some weird weather. It's spring-like now, but I hear temperatures are going to be dropping.
We have a huge change on the way. It got really windy today, if you noticed. Those winds are going to continue in and out through the overnight tonight. We have some video showing you the windy conditions outside today. You can see the flag blowing there. This gust as high as 30 miles an hour. Throughout the overnight tonight, we're actually under a Thursday night, a high wind warning until 6 a.m. on Friday, where gusts can reach up to 60 miles an hour. Also, Thursday evening, we're under a tornado watch until about 11 p.m. So those windy conditions are the key factor for these violent storms that will be moving through Thursday evening. There is a slight chance for some severe weather, 30-degree difference in our temperatures from Thursday to Friday. So our high on Thursday is going to be much more high than it will be on Friday. Storms are going to be short-lived, and the temperatures, however, will be here to stay after that. So a brief break from the storms, and then those temperatures are going to stick around. Overnight lows tonight in Muncie, 27 degrees after a high of 58 on Thursday. 28 in Indianapolis, 28 in Bloomington, 34 in Louisville. So we're back to those average conditions for this time of year. Very cold, not what we're used to the past few days. And you can see it's all because of this cold front that's sitting behind us right now. Low pressure system moving through is going to take that cold front off to our east, and then there'll be a high pressure system moving in, keeping those isobars tightly packed, which will bring about windier conditions into the weekend even, but some sunnier skies, so that is good news. Right now you can see that starting on 1 o'clock on Thursday, we had some cloud cover in the area. The precipitation is moving through most of the southern part of Indiana, and then it's going to clear out on Friday afternoon and even into Saturday morning with partly cloudy conditions. We will see the sun with very little precipitation into the weekend. High temperatures tomorrow, 32 degrees in Muncie, 33 in Indianapolis, 30 in Lafayette, so we are back to the average condition. However, it is going to be 30 degrees cooler than what it was on Thursday, so be ready for that. Periods of rain tonight, a chance for some thunderstorms, about a half to a 3/4 of an inch of rain are possible. A low of 27 degrees, so very different from our high today. Winds out of the south-southwest from 26 to 30 miles an hour with gusts up to 57, even 60 miles an hour. That's why we have that high wind warning. Tomorrow it will continue to be windy again from about 11 to 21 miles an hour, gusts up to 33. So still very windy, but not as windy as the overnight. Mostly cloudy conditions, those temperatures are going to start to fall. A high of 32 degrees throughout the day tomorrow, but then take a look at Saturday, only a high of 20 degrees, a low of 11. So we are going to get into the lower teens into the weekend. However, the sun will stay out, at least. We won't have any precipitation, just much cooler temperatures to deal with. Big changes is the big story for today.
Exactly. I can't believe people are going to definitely have to bundle up.
Yes, bundle up, get the winter gear back out, put your spring stuff away for a few more weeks.
Thanks, Joe. And the Muncie Children's Museum has received a gift from a Muncie law firm. Newslink Indiana's Shala Sass tells you more.
DeFerveran Law Firm is celebrating its 100th anniversary by giving someone else the gift. They will pay the rent for the Muncie Children's Museum for the entire year of 2006. In addition, they will underwrite the cost of admission on the last Saturday of each month. Jama Cash Dollar, executive director of the museum, was shocked at the news.
I was simply speechless, overwhelmed, gratitude that is beyond expression.
And she was quick to share the news with her staff.
Of course, we were all quite excited about the rent being paid for a year because that will allow us to do even more in programming. But when I told the staff that we'd be able to be open for free one Saturday a month and provide that opportunity for everyone to come in, everyone cried. It was that overwhelming.
The donation will help the Muncie Children's Museum with hands-on programs so children can experience activities like this. Besides the free admission, Cash Dollar says the hands-on exhibits, new programming, and workshops will help attract more children and families to the museum. In Muncie, Shala Sass, Newslink, Indiana.
The first free day of admission will be on Saturday, February 25th, and it will run on the last Saturday of every month through the end of December. One Muncie Elementary School is celebrating cultural differences while raising money for a great cause. Grissom Elementary students put on a play titled The Man Who Loved to Laugh, just one part of the many events to raise money for the Wayside Mission shelter. Program coordinator Cynthia Casey says the students have raised more than $116 for the Wayside Mission and says the overall week was a success.
I think we've met our goal. Everybody was excited about the month's events, and I think we celebrated the way we needed to.
Casey says the school wants to continue this year's success and do the same type of thing next year. And Joe, I think that's really great that at the elementary school level, they're learning how to give back to the community.
Exactly. It's always very important for your schools to give back, get the kids involved and out there so they do it when they get older.
Exactly. Well, those are the headlines for East Central Indiana for Thursday, February 16th. Please join us again tomorrow for more local news about local people right here on NewsLinkIndiana.com.